Despite his compact physique and unassuming frame, Gervonta "Tank" Davis has carved his name into modern boxing history as one of the most terrifying knockout artists alive. He is the mortician of the sweet science, the man whose fists have sent careers to early graves. In the violent theater of boxing, Davis is not simply a fighter, he is a force of nature. A compact tank with an engine of destruction that has been rolling over the lightweight and super featherweight divisions. For more than a decade, he doesn't just win. He demolishes, and every time he steps into the ring, fans know that someone's lights might go out in spectacular fashion. With over 11 years of dominance and an unbroken string of highlight reel finishes, Gervonta Davis has evolved from a promising starboy into a merciless juggernaut. A living embodiment of Tyson-esque power in a modern frame, the story of Tank Davis is best told through the wreckage he leaves behind. And perhaps no fight better captures his blend of patience, precision, and raw violence than his grudge match. Against Rolando "Rolly" Romero, an undefeated knockout artist in his own right, entered the fight with a record of 14 wins. 12 by knockout, and an ego that could barely fit in the arena. He mocked Davis relentlessly in the lead-up to the fight, calling him a stupid dwarf, ridiculing his short arms and promising to knock him out in humiliating fashion. The trash talk wasn't just confident, it was venomous. Yet Gervonta Davis, ever the professional predator, didn't bite. He let his fists simmer in silence, saving his reply for the only place that matters, the ring. When the bell rang, Romero came out looking to make good on his words, swinging heavy and using his size and length to bully Davis. He landed some solid early shots, snapping the Tank's head back and forcing him to reset. The tension in the arena was electric as Romero's confidence swelled with every landed punch, but Davis never panicked. He stalked, measured, and calculated, quietly downloading every bit of data he needed. By the 6th round, the trap was set. As Romero lunged forward recklessly, Davis unleashed a counter left hand like a guillotine, a single shot so perfect it silenced the trash talker mid-sentence. Romero crumpled into the ropes, the life drained from his body, and the referee waved it off. In that moment, Davis didn't just win a fight, he delivered poetic justice, punishing arrogance with violence. If Romero's knockout was Davis's lesson in patience, his 2020 masterpiece against Leo Santa Cruz was a demonstration of pure highlight reel brutality. Santa Cruz, a proud Mexican warrior and WBA world champion, came to fight. From the opening bell, their exchanges were a symphony of violence. The sound of their leathered fists snapping through the air was like gunfire in a closed room.
Santa.
Cruz had his moments, throwing crisp combinations and testing Davis's defense with calculated aggression. But the Tank thrives in chaos. Every round was a build-up to the inevitable, and in the 6th round, Davis composed a knockout that would live in viral immortality. Slipping just enough to create a lane, he uncorked a left uppercut from hell. The punch detonated on Santa Cruz's jaw, snapping his head back violently. The champion collapsed instantly, motionless on the canvas. Fans gasped. Commentators screamed. Davis had painted his masterpiece in a single, vicious stroke. A knockout that earned him the unofficial title of the most feared finisher in the sport. Then came the super fight that boxing fans had been begging for.
Yes.
Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Tank versus King. Garcia was young, undefeated, lightning fast, and carried the confidence of a man who had never tasted true punishment. The hype leading into their April 2023 showdown was electric, billed as the collision of two supernovas. The atmosphere felt like a championship-level storm. Garcia used his length and speed, firing off quick combinations, but Davis remained cold, calculating, and predatory. In the 2nd round, he reminded the world why he is called Tank, slipping a punch and delivering a counter left that sent the King crashing to the canvas. Garcia rose, his pride intact. But the psychological damage was done. What followed was a high-speed chess match drenched in violence. Garcia flurried, Davis slipped and countered, and the arena roared with every exchange. By the 7th round, the climax arrived. Davis found his opening and drilled a left hand to Garcia's liver, a body shot so precise and devastating that the king's knees buckled instantly. Garcia took a step back, winced, and dropped to one knee, the universal, a sign of surrender to overwhelming pain. The referee's count felt like a funeral toll for Garcia's undefeated record. In front of millions, the tank had once again proven that speed and flash are meaningless in the face of calculated destruction. But the tank's appetite for knockouts was far from satisfied. In June 2024, he faced the undefeated Frank Martin, a fighter with a record of 18-0, including 12 knockouts, and a reputation as a rising force in the division. Martin started strong, using his footwork and sharp counters to keep Davis honest. For a few rounds, it seemed like Martin might have found the blueprint, even stealing moments of initiative with crisp shots to the head. But Davis is not just a power, he is a genius of timing and patience. He waited, stalking Martin, letting the rounds simmer like a hunter in the tall grass. By the 8th round, the end came violently. Davis unleashed a crushing left hand that turned Martin into a falling statue, his body folding in slow motion before collapsing. The arena erupted. Another undefeated fighter, another body for the tank's growing resume of destruction, of course. Gervonta Davis's legacy of violence isn't defined by just these marquee names. His career has been a gallery of knockouts, each one a different shade of brutality. Against Ricardo Nanez in 2019, Davis turned the ring into a personal execution chamber. Nanez attempted dirty tactics, sneaking in a shot to the back of the head, but Tank responded with merciless efficiency, detonating a barrage of punches that left Nanez helpless in the 2nd round. In 2021, Davis faced Mario Barrios, a towering opponent who stood more than 5 inches taller and seemed poised to bully the smaller man with his reach. Instead, Barrios found himself on the wrong end of Tank's relentless assault. Davis chopped him down like a lumberjack felling a tree, sending him to the canvas multiple times before finishing him with a savage body shot in the 11th round. Even earlier in his career, Davis's finishing instincts were fully formed. In 2016, he dismantled veteran Guillermo Avila in a performance that resembled a horror film more than a boxing match. Tank stalked him, broke him down, finally unleashed a flurry of uppercuts and crosses that left Avila defenseless, forcing the referee to step in. Every fight, every finish, added another chapter to the legend of the compact destroyer who could end nights in the blink of an eye. Today, Gervonta Davis stands as the modern embodiment of controlled violence, a fighter whose very presence in the ring carries an aura of dread. He is compact but catastrophic, a tank that rolls forward with the inevitability of fate. His resume is littered with the names of proud warriors who underestimated his timing, his patience, or his power and paid with consciousness. Every knockout is a reminder that boxing, at its most primal, is still about who can break the other. Man's will first. And in this era, nobody does it better than Tank Davis. The question for boxing fans now is simple. Who, if anyone, can stop this unstoppable force? Can any fighter in the lightweight or super lightweight divisions withstand the storm of precision, patience, and raw power that Gervonta Davis brings to every battle? Or will the tank continue to roll forward, collecting scalps and delivering highlight reel knockouts until his name is etched alongside the greatest finishers in boxing history? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you live for these epic tales of power and punishment, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more legendary boxing stories.